Greetings and welcome to the Tiger's Den. This is the voice of Cheryl, and I am Toothless Tiger, coming to you with a public service announcement. If you read the title, it says, when content creators cross the line and contact the children of those they do not like. I don't know what's going on in the metaverse, in the universe, but there are problems. I believe the children are our future. And I believe when everybody came to YouTube, I would like to believe this. Cannot be true, but I'd like to believe that you had a purpose, and that purpose was not to come and harm anyone. Unfortunately, people befriend you, so you think, and you come to find out that they're not your friends after all. And for whatever reason, you decide to part ways. Most people here on YouTube refuse to just be adults and go their separate ways. You know, you be your way and I be mine. No. If you mention someone's name, then they feel, retaliate. Now, where these rules come from, I don't know. And if anybody feel like they must speak on me, do what you like. I don't have anything for you but this. It is illegal to stalk people online. I am not an attorney. I am not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm a mother. And I've lived 65 years. Now, this internet is a beautiful thing, but it's going to cause some of you guys serious trouble. It already cost one man $13 million that I won a default judgment against him. And although he thinks the game is over, it's only just begun. There was one gentleman who inspired me to come here, and I must tell this story. And he's an ex-NBA #1 draft pick, Kwame Brown. And he talked about our children and how women were emasculating the boys and how our boys couldn't read on a 4th grade level. And he made fun of his peers. And we all laughed, and boy, we just ate it up, because he gave hope to some hopeless people. Now, he's not a savior, nor did he pretend to be. He just talked the language and had the voice that made everybody feel that he was sincere. Unfortunately, he was not. And then everyone got angry at me in his chat because he said he wanted to do an interview with me. And he said he'd do it on my channel. But he got mad at people on YouTube and cussed everybody out. And he didn't exclude me. And so I would not contact him anymore. Then I was supposed to be angry. No, I've never been angry. Never. I didn't come here for him. He inspired me. Everything I have, I had in me before he was born. I'm 65. He's my son's age. Then there was another man who was fighting along with him against all of his peers. You know, fighting verbally. They call it food salad or fruit salad or whatever they call it. They call it beefing. They call it roasting. I don't hear any roasting as far as a roast go. People are not happy. Everybody is saying the worst thing they can say about each other to get cash apps, to make the haters mad, to get super chats so somebody can see you say something ugly about somebody. And if that's what you guys do, hey, do what you do. But what you're not going to do, and it's not going to be talked about, is antagonize people's children. Y'all may not know it, but there is a rate of the S word that's going around in our children and in our men. And it ends in side. We really need to take a look or a step back and see what we're really doing to each other and why are we doing it. We always claiming everything is racist and they're against me and the man this and they did that and to go along, get along that and the this, that. But you all seem to be going along to get along. This was made because I saw a video that Suge made, and it was Miss 504, a woman that I used to have respect for. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. We told our stories together on my channel. The video is still up. We both were molested as children. We took different directions in how we handled it. But I never would believe that she would contact someone's child in the name of someone's talking about her deceased child. That doesn't work. That doesn't fly. And no one should be talking about anybody's children, but they do that awfully well here on YouTube. Y'all love to do that. Why? I don't know. It's supposed to be about making money. And you would think that you would want to be honorable in making your money. And maybe this is honorable for most of you. I don't know. But I know that you should not be contacting anybody's child. Now, we can't tell nobody what to say. YouTube will censor us, but they won't censor you talking about me. And that's okay. This is their platform. But I'm just going to say this. I want to just leave you with this. First, I want to show you what she actually did. She went into this young man who's a minor. And no 50-year-old, 30-year-old, 20-year-old should be in a 17-year-old's DM. And all children these days have some manner of technology. But this is what she did. And we need to be aware of people like this because this is frightening. At least it is to me. And I don't care what anybody has to say about what does she have to do with it. I have everything to do with it. I came here to uplift fallen humanity, not to cause harm to anyone. But she said, hey, boo, I'm talking to you. I have a YouTube channel, okay? I know. You miss home. I'll go in on your dad like I'ma do today at 6:30 p.m. because of what I see. Anyways, I'm always here if ever you need to talk. Don't tell him. That's very disturbing. Don't tell him because he will tell you to block me. That doesn't sound right. And if it doesn't sound right, it doesn't feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, no matter how you do not like an individual, if you have anybody you love that's under you, this too could happen to them, or even worse. I saw the video made saying how others come before you. So I'm assuming she's telling him that she saw a video that he made. I don't know what that is. I know this feeling. I'm Danola Ghoul, 504. I'm truly ashamed, Miss 504, of your action. And you can call me any name you choose, because fat I am, fine, integral, honorable, beautiful, toothless, bald head, all that. And I stay in my lane. Unless, a car slide over on me, then I have to pump the brakes. Let's talk about it. There are laws in place to protect our children and to protect us here online. And we all know that Suge moved his family after getting a great job that seems to be bothering everybody. But when I seen him say that Kwame Brown and Sinetta is paying Miss 504 to go after his children, I know that there's a page out there that's named after his mom that has a lot of derogatory things on it about him. And then they have his oldest son out there saying all kind of derogatory things. These are derogatory people. There was a time when my son and my nephew was up on the wall, and my deceased mother and my deceased father and my deceased brother. There was a time when my molestation was made fun of and talked about by this man who has no scruples, no integrity, no honor, but everyone loves him. And he was making big bucks, no whammies. That's the one I sued and won the $13 million. You have all manner of people on here, and it's unfortunate. I would suggest to anybody to get them a YouTube channel. This is a way we can make money. If you don't have education, if you don't speak English well, I'm talking about if you are Asiatic, meaning those people that they call black. Even if you can't speak English well, if you can't read, if you can't write, if you can speak and tell your experience in life or share something that you love to do or you know, this is the place to be. Of course, we are censored, so we have to watch what we say. And now anything we say can be held against us. But that's how it is because we don't own anything. We cry about how we get mistreated and how the white man treat us and how the Karens treat us. But I see us harming each other more than anybody. Anybody. Nobody can harm you worse than somebody that looks like you, that you think y'all share life experiences, and perhaps y'all make him feel some of the same pain, but it doesn't happen to be that way. And it's unfortunate. You see, I see people as people. We're all the same. Everybody came from us. So I don't see us any different. But let me read these laws and get off of here. In North Carolina, there is a bill, Senate Bill 199, Safe Child Act. We're going to have to start reporting you people. For real. Not just for play. Not the people who has all kind of stuff and they look you up and put all your business on YouTube. You know, Miss 504 is very good for that. Kwame is also very good for putting all of your private, public information online. I can't do anything about any of that. And I'm not going to do that to anybody. That's not who I am. But I will handle you accordingly if you come messing with me. This is written. This is proof. And I'm bringing it to the public's attention. We need to safeguard our children. You know, there is trafficking of children every day. Kwame has guys in his chat that drive trucks and willing to go anywhere and to any length for him. They've said it. He has registered people that was once on a sex offender register that's no longer there. And some that's just been convicted of domestic crimes. And I know you all like to make jokes and laugh and talk about everybody. I know y'all do that. That's okay. But here is the laws here. And I'm sure y'all have been reading. Some people say they are very, very, very upset when a person puts something up there to read and start reading it. Well, be upset with me because that's the way I get down. While the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, the COPPA, primarily focuses on children under 13 years old, there are other laws and regulations that address online safety and privacy for older children and teenagers. Number one, the COPPA. As mentioned earlier, COPPA specifically targets children under 13. It prohibits websites and online services from collecting personal information from kids under 13 without verifiable parental consent. Number two, Combat Online Predators Act. Although not exclusively for children aged 14 through 17, this act aims to protect minors by combating stalking and cyberstalking. It increased the maximum term of imprisonment for serious forms of stalking and cyberstalking of minors. And I believe contacting someone's child is serious. Y'all all have talked about each other as sure as you're born. So, the talking, talk on. But contacting people's children, you're going too far. Number three, state laws. Various states have enacted their own legislation to safeguard children's online privacy and safety. These laws may address issues like cyberbullying, sexting, and online harassment. Number four, educational initiatives. Schools and educational institutions often provide guidelines and education on internet safety, responsible online behavior, and privacy protection. While there isn't a specific federal law exclusively for children aged 14 to 17, a combination of existing laws, educational efforts, and parental guidance contributes to their online safety. It's essential for parents, guardians, and educators to stay informed and guide teenagers in navigating the digital landscape responsibly. Then I want to know, what is the FBI definition of stalking? The term stalking means engaging in a course of conduct directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to fear for his or her safety or the safety of others, or suffer substantial emotional distress. Ma'am, sirs, y'all are causing those children severe emotional distress. Steadily putting up these videos, calling people something that they're not. You don't know these people. So everybody has a right to have an opinion. But you have to realize at some point your right stops and the other person's right begin. And y'all doing some dastardly stuff. And Kwame keeps saying, well, what about what he did to me? What about what he... Kwame started this. He started this. He paid a young man. He was there alive, cash apping, laughing. He paid this young man to dox the parents, his children, people in his chat. We all saw it. Some things we all get involved in, some things we don't. And then everybody want to say, well, what he didn't do for you, I did for me. I asked him not to because I knew what I was going to do. And I'm prepared for anybody. If you want to serve me, go ahead. I have no problem with that. My address is in the lawsuit that's in Pacer against the one Charles who defamed me on YouTube. I can't do nothing about nobody lying on me. But if your lie is to a lie to my detriment and my safety and my health, yeah, I'm going to do everything I can in the letter of the law I'm going to do that. And at first, I was a joke. Everybody laughed. Watch, she going to court. Now everybody going to court. Let them tell it. Well, I don't care where you go. But I'm telling you, this has got to stop. Y'all can play with each other all you want to. But you need not be contacting nobody's children. You're out of order. And Kwame, a basketball player, ex-NBA player, harassing everyday people. And everybody, and then he'll get on there, ma'am, don't mention my name, ma'am. You're scaring me. How can I scare a 7-foot man who came on here talking about saving the boys from being emasculated, who's talking about the go along, get along game, who's talking about all the wrong that the white man does, but yet he antagonized us little people. He once had $66 million and lost it. We've never had $66 million. He self-medicates on YouTube, but you can't talk about it. And believe me, normally I don't. But today is the day that Toothless Cheryl is talking about it. And sir, you can be as scared as you need to be. I'm not going to do nothing to you but meet you in the courtroom if you file papers on me. Or if you say the wrong thing about me and I file them on you. That's all I'm going to do. You know, I told everybody I had 3 fights and lost all 3. I'm not a fighter. Never was. And I'm 65. Congestive heart failure. Overweight. And it ain't nothing I can do to nobody but use the mind that my Creator gave me. And as long as I can use my mind and my hands, trust me, we can dance. Now, I went to Cornell Law School, Legal Information Institute. And this here is stalking. I didn't put it up there, but it's stalking. Let me get the number for y'all so y'all can know what it is. And when I post the video, it will be up there. This is unbelievable that we have to do this. You know, I don't talk about none of you people. Don't care if y'all talk about me. I learned the hard way. Supporting y'all ain't easy and it ain't worth it. Because many didn't support me. And the 1 or 2 that did, they did it for a reason. And the 1 or 2 that did it for me, they support me right now to this day. And I'm grateful. But the stalking is 18 U.S. Code 2261A. And I'll write that so that you guys can know that that's what this stalking is here. And I'm a picker. I don't even know how to type, but I know how to pick. Trust me, I do. I know how to pick, and I learned a few things to do on this computer. Square business. Y'all spent the whole year and a half calling Suge a pedo. Y'all called me, not y'all. This one person, Charles, called me that child predator. This stuff ain't funny. It's not cute. Then y'all talked about my son was gay. My son was supposedly, y'all had him a crook and a thief. My son, who put himself through school. And when I say school, I'm talking about the secondary after he got out of high school, because his mother did everything she could with what she had. And he honored her and tried to better himself. And he went on to college. And not only did he get a bachelor's degree, he went on and got a business degree, a master's in business. My son worked very hard. But it's okay. Like I said, this is America. This is the place where you can talk about people, call them all kind of things, except for things that are detrimental to their livelihoods, to their life, to their safety. Stalking. Number 1, travels in interstate or foreign commerce or is present within the special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of the United States or enters or leaves Indian country with the intent to K. Injure, harass, intimidate, or place under surveillance with the intent to K. Injure, harass, or intimidate another person, and in the course of or as a result of such travel or presence engages in conduct that A. places that person in reasonable fear of the unalivement of or serious bodily injury to that person, an immediate family member as defined in section 115 of that person, a spouse or intimate partner of that person, or the pet, service animal, emotional support animal, or horse of that person, or B. causes, attempts to cause, or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial emotional distress to a person described in clause 1, 2, or 3 of subparagraph A, or number 2, with the intent to K, injure, harass, intimidate, or place under surveillance with intent to K, injure, harass, or intimidate another person, uses the mail, any interactive computer service or electronic communication service or electronic communication system of interstate commerce or any other facility of interstate or foreign commerce to engage in a course of conduct that A. places that person in reasonable fear of the unalivement or serious bodily injury to a person, a pet, or a service animal, an emotional support animal, or a horse described in clauses 1, 2, 3, or 4 of paragraph 1A, or B, causes, attempts to cause, or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial emotional distress to a person described in clause 1, 2, or 3 of paragraph 1A shall be punished as provided in section 2261B or section 2261B as the case may be. Conspiracy. Y'all need to know this. Y'all really need to understand for real. This is real. Conspiracy. Conspiracy is an agreement between two or more people to commit an illegal act, along with an intent to achieve the agreement's goal. Most U.S. jurisdictions also require an overt act toward furthering the agreement. An overt act is a statutory requirement, not a constitutional one. See Whitfield versus United States. And that's 453 U.S. 20925, 2005. The illegal act is the conspiracy's target offense. Conspiracy generally carries a penalty on its own. In addition, conspiracies allow for derivative liability where conspirators can also be punished for the illegal acts carried out by other members Even if they were not directly involved. Kwame, you better hear this, because you are the celebrity that everybody is trying to please. So you should know that your celebrity that you say is non-celebrity, that I say that you squandered, yes, sir, you need to know that a lot of these people are acting out and losing their minds because they think they're carrying out the wishes of a celebrity who says he's not a celebrity, who gets on World Wide Web, self-medicate, slurring his speech, go to sleep while he's there, wake up, and then come up with all sorts of things. It is unbelievable how you have turned out and disappointed me. And, you don't owe me nothing. You didn't know how I was going to feel about you. You want to pretend that I don't like you. That's a lie. And you can keep pretending that. I think you are a young man that's hurting inside and you refuse to get help. I can't make you, nor can I shame you, nor do I want to. I would like to see you win. I would love to see you doing whatever it is that you would love to do, because I know what you're doing now is just what you have to do. But that's another story for another day, because you're behind a lot of this. And we see it in the videos that you make, and how you talked about Shook's daughter and having your nephews to come, and you didn't say the R word. You said gang bang, but we know in the hood what that means. That means more than one, and you said two for sure. You said you had some nephews that could do that. You were watching his daughter, who was a minor at the time. You all have a problem watching minors and then accusing other people of having issues with minors. This gotta stop. YouTube may not be able to control what y'all say about us, okay? And they may hold me responsible for what I'm saying now. I need to be held responsible because I take full responsibility for what I'm saying. 100%. This gotta stop. I came on YouTube to uplift. All this turned down and now messing with people's children, that's totally unacceptable. And Miss 504, your son is deceased. It's nothing nobody can do to him. And you said the worst thing about him that I've ever heard anybody on here say. When you say he supposedly came to you and told you to get that beat. And most of us think our loved ones went to heaven when they passed away. So your son left heaven to come tell you to go get a beat. Makes no sense to me. But you got to deal with it however you deal with it. And maybe that's why you self-medicated. I don't know. But there is something wrong with grown people acting the way y'all acting. In the name of adulthood and honor and integrity, and y'all go to work every day. But see, some of us done worked out. And we get a check every month because we worked out. So none of us are no greater than the other, because trust me, none of us have money. We've never seen silver and gold in our lives, in our possessions. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm just saying we haven't possessed it. And we don't use it to pay debt like the Constitution say. And I know y'all don't want to hear nothing on my channel and what I talk about, talking about learning some stuff and, helping yourself and uplifting yourself. I know that's not y'all cup of tea, and that's cool too. I ain't gonna get no more views on this video than I get on others. So it means nothing, but it has to be made, because one day somebody's gonna be hurting, and they may need to hear this because somebody would have done this to somebody else. It's like you people will not be satisfied until somebody is hurt physically. Because on YouTube, you can't do anything to anybody but talk about them like a dog. And y'all do that very well. But it's got to stop when you start contacting people, family members, and their children. That's a game y'all play. Not a good game. Not at all. I heard Mr. Amos lost his monetization Perhaps it was all the doxing that caught up with him. I don't know. Certainly, I'm sure it wasn't the lying. Because that's one thing that I see a lot of y'all have in common. Lying in the name of truth. And the people that support you all monetarily, they have to be in a lot of pain to not want to deal with themselves. So they would rather pay you guys to lie. Lie to me. It's okay. I don't care about truth. That's what they think in their minds. But they have that right. I don't judge anybody. I just talk about them. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't have no judgment for nobody. I wish good for all. All don't wish good for themselves. I can't want more for you than you want for yourself, but I'm going to keep hope alive. Let's go back to conspiracy. Thus, where one or more members of the conspiracy committed illegal acts to further the conspiracy goals, all members of the conspiracy may be held accountable for those acts. It's kind of like the law of parties that most states hold. Whereas if you're with someone that commits a crime, whether you did it or not, because you're a party, you're going to get the same punishment. Where no one has actually committed a criminal act, the punishment varies. Some conspiracy statutes assign the same punishment for conspiracy as for the target offense. Others impose lesser penalties. Conspiracy applies to both civil and criminal offenses. For example, you may conspire to commit unaliving or conspire to commit fraud. See in also enacted offenses. And last, 18 U.S. Code 41, conspiracy against rights. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person, I just read all of that, in the state, the territory, the commonwealth, the possession, or district, in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or because of his having so exercised the same, or if two or more persons go in disguise on the highway or on the premises of another with intent to prevent or hinder his free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege so secured, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to pay, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years, or for life, or both, or may be sentenced to being unalived. So there you have it. I know that my word probably means nothing to nobody, and that's okay. But just know that Toothless told you. I wish more people would speak up and you guys stop this type of behavior. But you all are adults and you're responsible for your own actions. So I can't stop anybody from doing anything. But I can let you know that I either see you or hear you. You know, it's just like Miss 504, you told that young man that you're there for him. And don't tell your dad, because he'll tell you to block me. That sounds like grooming behavior. That sounds very, very, very wrong and very perverted. And the men that you're aligning yourself with, they speak a lot of perversion. You say that you're in recovery. You say this proudly. You don't act like you're in recovery. Your behavior is not as such. Your conversation is not as such. Well, I'm not talking about your cussing. We all cuss. Nothing wrong with that. I think you're a very funny lady. But I think you do a lot of projecting. And the pain that you've endured, I don't think you've dealt with it. And you think you're beautiful, and you are to you. You know, to you. Some of your pictures, you're absolutely beautiful to me. But your behavior, not so much. It takes away from all that you have to give. And I believe you have a lot to give. But you have to believe that. And you jump out of the window. Because when that girl Gotti did you wrong, you put it on me. I didn't even know you. Strange fruit. And y'all, we not on the popular tree. And if we are, we're doing it to ourselves. So, my time is about up. I wish you guys get it together. Like I said, do what y'all need to do. Talk about me as sure as you're born. It makes me no difference. I didn't come here to play. I didn't come here to make fun. I came here to warn you all. Something is going to have to give before you all stop. And it should not be anybody getting hurt, nor should anyone want to go back to court. And I say back because all y'all have been in a courtroom at one point or another, defending yourselves against something. And y'all shouldn't want to do that anymore. This is a way to make a living, an honest living, and to uplift people that you don't even know. Instead, y'all choose to use it as a weapon and to destroy each other. Well, I can't do anything about that. But if you like this video, please hit like, share, comment. If you don't like it, do the same. If you want to give to my channel, my Cash App is there. And feel free to do that. If you don't, it's okay. I appreciate you if you got this far in the video. You all have a beautiful, beautiful evening. I'm going to get ready to do my evening show, but I could not let this time pass without me making this video after I saw that video. I was very disturbed, very disturbed. And whatever y'all have going on with an adult man on YouTube, it would really be beneficial if y'all kept it between y'all. And even if y'all could find a way to just leave each other alone. But I know that you all are doing it for money. And so it's going to be hard to let that go when you got people paying you to totally destroy someone else's family. So I understand that. Nothing I can do about it. Just like the guy that sells drugs so he can feed his family. That's unfortunate, and we don't need that, and we hate that. But it happens. A lot of jobs are gone. So I understand, you know, the woman that sell her, you know what, to feed her family. Steal out the store. All of that's wrong. But it's a decision you must make. Because you can get on this place and uplift somebody, share one of your great hobbies. If you love to cook, whatever you love to do, clean, if you can organize, whatever it is, you like to dress, put outfit together. Somebody somewhere want to see that. Whatever you're good at. But some people are only good at destruction and mainly self-destruction. So I'm leaving the tiger's den. Goodbye. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us who we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I failed, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of takes you to a lonely place, find yourself in love.